Hello, I am Lisa Marie Benz, and this is the Perfect Wedding Guides internet TV show called Brides Whispers. The purpose of this show is to connect brides with our advertisers so they can see exactly what they do. By the way, brides, be sure to check out our website at perfectweddingguide.com and pre-register for all of our bridal shows coming up at pwgshows.com. Brides, you can also build your own wedding website at perfectweddingguide.com, then click on the planning tools and build away and create your own wedding webpage too. This is actually the newest, greatest thing. So right now I'm here at Auman Photography Studios at 96 Willard Suite 203. That's in beautiful Cocoa Beach. Well, actually Cocoa, not beach, but it's close to the beach. 32922, and the phone number is 321-636-8550, and you can see more of the photography by going to aumanphoto.com. That's AUMAN photo.com. So I'm being joined here with Kathy and Mike. Thank you guys for being on the show.
Hi.
This is our first time coming down to the Cocoa area. So Mike, I understand that you grew up with a camera in your hands.
Well, I'm actually a second-generation photographer. My dad was a photographer. Reason we moved to the Space Coast originally, he worked for RCA Range Photo during Mercury and Gemini. And then he got tired of working for a different contractor every 2 or 3 years. That used to be a long-term contract for the Space Center. So he went into the attractions business. He was with Silver Springs and Weeki Wachee when ABC Network owned it. Marineland of Florida in his last 17 years before he retired, and since then passed away, he was with Walt Disney World.
Wow, well, that's an interesting story. So what services do you offer?
Well, obviously we do a lot of weddings. And
we offer photography, videography, and wedding officiating.
Okay, and that's what you do?
That's what I do. I'm a wedding officiate. We also have Port Canaveral weddings.
Right.
And we do beach weddings, do weddings in hotels, in backyards, and...
Gotcha. Well, that makes sense. Now, with him becoming your soon-to-be son-in-law, does that mean that you'll be marrying him and you'll be shooting the pictures?
No. My daughter's asked me to be matron of honor.
Oh,
So
well,
I'm going to
that's
wear a
sweet.
different hat that day.
Uh-huh.
Mike will be father of the bride and shooting some of the pictures.
Oh, great. Okay. And where do you usually do your weddings? And tell us some about some of the unusual places you've shot.
Well, I do a lot of them on the beach. I have an arch and decorations that we take out to the beach. Some of the more unusual places have been somebody's backyard. I've done a lot in hotels. I did one in the middle of Sykes Creek, and these people were friends of yours.
Yes, that was Annette. Yeah, I'll have to tell her that she's on. We're talking about her on TV.
Yeah.
That's great. And now, did you do that on a boat or was
Yes,
it on the beach?
I did it on a boat. I didn't
Okay.
know I was going on the boat when I got there. But they asked me if I'd mind going out on the boat with them. So I went out on the boat into the middle of Sykes Creek, and I married them. One thing, when we're doing beach weddings, though, we do a sand ceremony. And the couple go away with a decorated bottle with sand in it. And this one is for a family sand ceremony. That's why it's got more than just the 2 colors in it, because children can take part in the sand ceremony.
So do you have any extra equipment that you use for weddings?
I've got an arch, I've got chairs, I've got a table that I take out there when we're doing the ceremonies. I also do a wishing shell ceremony, which is something relatively new that we've brought out. I tell the legend of the wishing shells, which your viewers may not be aware of this legend, but the legend is that an Indian princess crossed over the great rivers to the Great Sea. And when she got there, she made a wish on a shell and gave it a kiss and threw it out into the ocean. Well, her wish was that her and her brave would have a long, prosperous life. Well, the Indian maiden and her brave had 4 daughters and 5 sons. Back then, it was a good thing to have a large family. Every time he would go hunting, he would find the game he was seeking. When he would go fishing, he would catch the largest fish. They had a wonderful life together, and their Marriage lasted 50 summers. So our wish today is for our bride and groom to have a long life and prosperous life together. So everyone kisses their shell and throws it into the ocean.
And so let's talk about packages you offer and price ranges.
Okay, for Auman Photo Studio, we have packages that start at $6.99 and go up to $10,000. It just depends on what you need.
How much coverage and
Yeah, we can do a 3-hour coverage, or we can do an unlimited coverage of your day. It just depends on what you need. We offer packages that you just get the DVD of all the images with the rights to reproduce them, or we have full album packages, including albums for parents and a purse album if that's what you're looking for. When it comes to our videography, which we also do video, you get a DVD. We add music and titles to the video. Music goes over where you're like
I'm talking.
where Mike's talking, yes, and he's telling you what to do and different poses that he likes to shoot. And we have love songs that we put on there.
So what style of photography do you offer? Traditional or photojournalistic?
I like to do a combination. I think if you do strictly photojournalism, you're going to miss a lot of the pose shots. A wedding is really two things. It's a family reunion, a chance to get fine portraiture done of the family and friends, and it's also an event. And if you don't do both, I think you really miss out. If you just do photojournalism, you get some beautiful images, but you won't get the family together. I don't know about your family, but my family, there's always one in the bathroom, one in the bar, and two out doing something else. So if you don't plan to get them together and do some structured portraiture, you'll really miss a lot. And the same way, if you just do that, you'll miss some of the fun things, some of the candid dancing, some of the impromptu things. So I think you really need a mixture, and that's what we do.
Well, and how long does it take for the bride and groom to see their proofs? And do you offer that online? So they can see that on their honeymoon, which is a great thing.
We do both. We offer traditional paper proofs. All the packages come with a proof album, like a magazine that shows all the images. We have an online version too that everybody can see. Usually if we shoot like this weekend, if we shot Saturday, we try to have them online no later than Thursday or Friday, and sometimes depending on what's going on over the weekend. We had last weekend's
Yesterday.
Tuesday.
Wow, that's a fast turnaround time. And what about finished photos and albums? How does that work? Do you offer like
I mean, it depends on which package they want. Usually if it's just photo orders from the website or call in, we usually have them in about a week to 10 days. An album depends on how much design time, because Kathy custom designs every album.
Yeah, and it just kind of depends on when they get me their list of photos that they want in the album. And then I get them designed and sent back to them for their approval for each page. Once the whole process of designing all the pages and them approving all the pages and deciding the order the pages are going to go into is all done, we will have their album for them within 2 weeks.
Well, that's good to know, because no one wants to wait anymore. It's like,
Right.
what happened with the internet? Everything is just lickety-split. No one has patience.
Usually, I would think, on the average, I mean, every bride's a little different, but on the average, the design time usually takes 2 to 3 weeks, and then a couple weeks to actually produce the album after the pages are approved.
Well, and I'm thinking, too, probably brides like to often customize photo albums for grandma and grandpa that features a lot of pictures of them. And then if they're giving it to Aunt Judy, who I do have an Aunt Judy, by the way, there's a lot of pictures of the bride with Aunt Judy, right? Is that what you're seeing a lot of them doing?
Not so much with their wedding albums. The wedding album is for the bride and groom. The parents' album is usually a duplicate of the wedding album itself.
And they'll go back and change the pages.
They'll go back and maybe change a page or two for the parents' album. You know, maybe they really don't need 3 pages of the groom's family for the bride's mother.
Well, that's great. And what's the best thing you guys like about what you do? Is it working side by side, husband and wife?
Well, that's great. That part's really great. But what I like best is being a part of one of the most special days in a couple's life and really feeling their love.
But you know, it's neat because you have those arches. You can lug those down to the beach,
Oh,
can't
yeah.
you?
We've got arches and chairs and
Decorations.
decorations.
And because of our cruise industry, we do have a lot of people come down here and have destination weddings. They'll get married on the beach, and Grandma and Grandpa take the kids to the theme park, and the couple go out to one of the cruise boats and go on a honeymoon. So.
Right, yeah. So are you members of any trade organizations or any referral lists?
Yeah, we're members of the Brevard County Bridal Association, of the Space Coast Bridal Association, the Cocoa Beach Area Chamber of Commerce, and Wedding and Portrait Photographers International.
Professional photographers.
Professional Photographers of America.
Mm-hmm.
We're on referral lists from the Crown Plaza Hotel, the Tides.
Which is the NCO club.
The
Combined
Officers
Club.
Combined Club at Patrick Air Force Base. Space Coast Convention Center refers us. Holiday Inn on the Beach.
Hilton.
Hilton on the Beach. Doubletree. You know, just Comfort Inn.
And I was first advertiser in the Perfect Wedding Guide.
Yes.
I've heard that. And I see you have an award over there. You got a
Yes.
Photographer of the Year award from the
Yeah.
Perfect Wedding
We
Guide?
got a Photographer of the
That's
Year award
great.
from the Perfect Wedding Guide.
And so, do you offer any other types of photography other than weddings? Like I see a doggy photo over there, which is a big
obviously
thing.
we do portraits. I do some commercial work. One of the things we also do is we offer print on site, mainly for holiday or event parties. We're going to do Christmas in the park here at Cocoa Village, Santa Claus pictures, but we actually shoot and produce the portraits the night of the event. So if you're like a holiday party, we'll shoot the couple, print it, and they take it home with them that night.
Well, that's great. What about graduation photos?
We do, I mean, obviously we don't compete with the chains, but we do custom graduation or senior portraits where they want to do something besides the studio portrait that you put in the album. They want to go to the beach or they want to go on location. Or occasionally we have somebody has a beautiful backyard. We did a senior that I wish our backyard looked this beautiful. They had palm trees and decorations. So it was beautiful. So we do things where they want something a little more than just a standard coat or drape in the studio.
Wow, okay. So, and with the Auman Photo, it's kind of like one-stop shopping here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So once again, let's let our brides know how to reach you.
They can call area 321-636-8550. We're on the web at www.aumanphoto.com. That's AUMANPHOTO.com. Our email is, mine is Kathy at aumanphoto.com.
Kathy with a K.
And
I was
it's
going to
Kathy
say, yeah.
with a K. And Mike's is Mike at aumanphoto.com.
And
We're located
at the north end of Cocoa Village, at the marina. Our address is Willard Street, but we're actually at the very north end of Delanoy, where it dead ends is where you turn into our parking lot.
We're in Suite 203, just right off the elevator.
Right, okay, great. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you being longtime advertisers. That's why you're the almost first interview here in Cocoa. And not Cocoa Beach, but Cocoa.
Cocoa.
There's a difference.
Yeah, you got to go over the bridge to get to Cocoa Beach.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I never knew that. Okay, brides, so be sure to go to perfectweddingguide.com for all your planning needs. Definitely contact Mike and Kathy. They can do it all for you. And remember to spend, 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 because you don't want to skimp on your wedding because you will live to regret it. And happy planning.